Once upon a time.
Come close, come near, gather round the firelight.
Two toes here to tell a tale to
From the
tell.
lion's roar to the tortoise plan.
Wisdom grows in every land.
African fables by you told, stories old but always new.
African fables by you told, lessons for me and you.
Omo, come closer. Draw your mats nearer, for the moon is high and stories do not like wandering ears. Let me tell you a story. Long ago, in a village tucked between thick forest and wide farmlands, there lived two brothers, Obinna and Okechukwu. They were sons of the same father. They drank from the same mother's breast. They farmed the same land, but their hearts were not the same. Before their father died, he called them to his bedside. "My sons," he said weakly, "a family is like a calabash. When whole, it carries water. When cracked, it leaks." He handed them a beautiful carved calabash, smooth, polished, strong. Use this together during festivals and family meetings. Let it remind you that unity holds water. Then the old man joined the ancestors. The brothers mourned, but mourning does not always soften stubborn hearts. At first, they lived in peace. During the New Yam festival, they used the calabash to share palm wine. Villagers praised them. "See how united these brothers are." But slowly, small disagreements crept in, like ants entering sugar. One day, Obinna said, "Brother, you harvested more yam from the western ridge. You should contribute more wine for the meeting." Okechukwu frowned. "Is it my fault that my farm is more fruitful? Did I not labor?" Obinna's voice sharpened. "Are you saying I am lazy?" Words became stones. Stones became silence. During the next village meeting, tension sat between them like a stubborn goat. When it was time to pass the calabash, Obinna handed it roughly. Okechukwu snatched it. "Be careful," Obinna snapped. "Then hold it yourself," Okechukwu barked. In that moment of pride and anger, the calabash slipped. It hit the ground. A thin crack ran across his belly. The crowd gasped. The eldest man in the village bent slowly and lifted it. He shook his head. "Ebe okwu dara ka ọkpụkpụ na-ada." Where harsh words fall, bones begin to break. The brothers looked away from each other. They tried to ignore the crack. "It is small," Okechukwu said. "It will hold," Obinna muttered. But during the next meeting, as palm wine was poured, something happened. Drip, drip, drip. The wine leaked from the crack. The calabash that once carried abundance now wasted everything placed inside it. Whispers filled the square. What happened to them? Brothers of one blood. The mother wept quietly in her heart. Instead of mending the crack, the brothers blamed each other. "You dropped it. No, you snatched it. If you had not insulted me, if you were not jealous." The farms began to suffer. The children stopped playing together. Even their wives avoided each other at the stream. When unity breaks, it does not break alone. It drags many hearts with it. Then came a terrible dry season. The stream shrank. The barns emptied faster than usual. Villagers gathered, worried. The chief announced, "We must ration water carefully." The only large container that could serve both families and neighbors was a carved calabash. They brought it out. Obinna held one side, Okechukwu held the other. They poured precious water inside. The crack had widened. Water leaked steadily onto the dusty earth. Women cried out. Children watched in silence. The elders spoke gravely. "A cracked calabash cannot save a thirsty village." Then he added softly, Egbe bere ugu bere, nke si beye bela, nkukwaya. Let the kite perch, and let the eagle perch. If one says the other should not perch, may its wings break. The words hung heavy. That night, Obina could not sleep. He remembered the father's final words. A family is like a calabash. Okechukwu too lay awake, staring at the roof. He heard his children whisper, "Why does uncle no longer visit?" Before dawn, Obina stepped outside. To his surprise, Okechukwu was already there. They looked at each other. Long silence. Then Obina spoke first. "My brother, I am tired of this dryness." Okechukwu swallowed. "So am I." Another silence. Then Obina said quietly, "I was jealous." Okechukwu's voice trembled, and I was proud. The sun began to rise. They both knelt. "I am sorry." Two grown men, sons of one father, kneeling in dust. The earth listened. They took the calabash to an old craftsman in the neighboring village. The man examined it carefully. "It can be repaired," he said, "but the scar will remain." "Let it remain," the brothers replied together. The craftsman bound it with careful stitching and resin. Days later, they filled it with water. It held, not perfectly like before, but strong. When they returned to the village square and poured palm wine again, the people cheered. The mother wiped joyful tears. The elder stood and declared, "A broken calabash can be mended, but only when hands that broke it agreed to hold it together." From that day on, whenever disagreements began to rise, one of them would tap the scar on the calabash, and both would fall silent because they remembered the drought, they remembered the drip, they remembered the shame, and most of all, they remembered that unity carries water. What did you learn from this story? When anger cracks the calabash of relationship, it does not only waste wine, it wastes blessing. Ihe gbajie a na-emezi ya, mana ọ naghị adị ka mbụ. What is broken can be repaired, but it is never exactly as before. So mend quickly, apologize early, hold your brother before pride drops the calabash. That is the story the moon asked me to tell you tonight. Repair relationships before small cracks become great leaks. Udo bu isi ndụ. Peace is the head of life. Ngwanunu, ka ọ till next week.
African fable.